Okay, 6.2, triangle similarity. So we're going to talk about not congruent triangles, because congruent triangles are the same size and the same shape. Similar triangles are the same shape, but can be proportional. So there's some requirements on like what makes it the same shape is that it's proportional. So here's our similarity prospect. So postulate, we have angle, A's are angles, which you probably got this before, but as her sides. So when we have AA, we're talking about angle, 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 SSS, angle, side, 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 angle, side. Okay, if two angles of one triangle are congruent, so they're equal to two angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. We don't know if they're the same size, but they're going to be the same shape. Why do we only need two angles? Well, we need two angles because if two angles are equal, the third angle has to add up to 180 with it, so the third angles would also be equal. So we really just need two angles to know that all three angles are going to be equal to each other. Okay, so let's talk about how we would know. And basically, we're just going to look at angles right now. So they tell us these guys are the same, and these guys are the same because those are what kind of angles? Vertical angles. Vertical angles are always congruent or equal to each other. So yes, and then we have to remember to put these in the right order. So X, Y, Z is congruent to angle M, triangle MNZ. So we have to put them in the same order. Angle, angle, similarity. Okay, when I look at these guys, I can already tell they are not going to be congruent, similar. Not similar, because two angles are already not the same, so the third angle is not going to be the same. Okay, and then this last one right here, because these are parallel lines, this transversal, we know those two angles are equal because those are called corresponding angles. And the same would be true for these two if this is the transversal. So we have corresponding angles. On both sides. So I guess we could say angle E is congruent to angle D. And then A is congruent to itself. So really we have all three angles we know, and they're all equal to each other. So we have triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACD. And that would be angle, angle, similarity. So the nice thing about when triangles are similar is you can write proportions and solve for the missing side. So if those triangles are equal to each other, then, so a proportion is just two ratios that are equal to each other. So there's some different ones I could write here because I'm going to go ahead and pull out the little triangle so you can see what we're talking about. So this would be X, Y, Z. And on this other one, we're talking about X, C, B. Okay, so this side is 16. Oops. This side is 16 and this side is 20. So we know this side altogether is 24. And we don't know this side altogether because there's a y. But we know that this is also x right here. So there's a bunch of different proportions we could write. But I'm going to go ahead and do 16 over x. I feel like I should. Okay, I'm going to do 16 over x. That's one fraction. And then my other fraction is going to be 24 over 30. And then when you write a proportion, you cross multiply and divide. So 16 times 30, so I'm going to just write that out. 16 times 30 equals 24 times x. All right, 3 times 16 is 30, 48 with a 0. And then I divide by 24. And I get 20. So that's going to be like 4/5, which would be 16 over 20, so that's perfect. Okay, another way we could do these, and we'll do this to solve for y, let me get a different color, is, okay, let's do 16 and 8 and 20 and y. So I have 16 over 8 equals 20 over y. So I have 16y, you probably already figured this out, is 160. So y equals 10, which makes sense because I'm going to run out of colors. Half of 16 is 8, half of 20 is 10. So 10 is correct. So we have this answer. And we have this answer. Okay, so our next one, again, I'm going to turn triangle ABC over because I want to find the corresponding part. Remember we talked about corresponding parts? So that's my vertical angle. Those are the same. And actually, they're all the same because we know they're similar. So there you have it. Okay, so that means A to C is 8, B to C is 10, and we don't know this one, and we don't know the bottom of AB. We don't know AB. So I always try to figure out if I do this right. Okay, let's just try and see if it works. Okay, so I'm going to put 8 over 10 and y over 16. But I kind of think it's, okay, let's just do this and see what happens. So we have 10y equals 128, so y equals 12.8. Okay. So this is the thing that always messes me up. So let's fix this, because when I look at this transversal, these guys are equal. So when I turn my triangle over, I should really rotate it instead of flipping it so that I end up with A, B, C like that. AC is 8, BC is 10. So my proportion should be 16 over y equals 8 over 10, which still isn't. 8 over, I did it wrong. Well, no, that should work. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's right. 8y equals 160. Y equals okay, I'm still not getting the right answer. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because I don't even know who watches this video. I hope y'all, if you're watching this, you're like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. So I'm gonna do this all over again. Because for some reason, when I rotate my triangle around and I have C, B, A, these are the same. These are the same. So now they're corresponding. So C to B, I probably put this in the wrong place. C to B is 10 and C to A is 8. So 16 over 8 equals y over 10, which totally gives me 5, which is what I was trying to get, except it didn't. What's 160 divided by 8 is not... I'm going to have to leave this one for now. Because this says y equals 20. Which would make CD bigger, which it should be. Oh, this might be the right answer. And here's what I'm thinking. If this is twice as much as this, then this should be times 2, which equals 20. So I think the answer on my paper was 5, but I don't think that's right. No, it was not. 20 is the answer. Okay, glad I waited on that one. Okay, we'll go super fast. Side, side, side. You have to have 3 sides. All 3 sides of one triangle have to be proportional to the 3 corresponding sides of another triangle. And the triangles are similar. So apparently, as you just saw, the hardest part is making sure you're doing the corresponding sides of the triangles. Okay, so we're going to do yes or no similar. Okay, so similar or corresponding sides. We're going to assume that's a right angle, or at least those 2 angles are corresponding. Little angle, little angle. Bigger angle, bigger angle, medium angle. Okay, so that means that six over 9 is this, is equal to, started with the small one, 4 over 6 is equal to, make sure you add these together, 8 over 12. So the answer is yes, because if I simplify, if I divide by 3, I get 2 over 3. If I divide by 2, I get 2 over 3. If I divide by 4, I get 2 over 3. So they all end up being the same ratio, 2/3. Okay, we're finding the two triangles that are similar. So let's make sure we're doing matching angles. Matching angles. And matching angles. Okay, so the easiest way probably to do this would be to pick two sides of the triangle. So let's do 9/15. 9/15 is 3/5. So let's see if any of the other triangles are 3/5. So the middle triangle, 15 would be in this spot, and the 9 would be in this spot. So 7/5 is not, oh, I put 9/15 instead of 15/9. So let's do 5/7. Still not equal. To the first one. Maybe it's equal to the second one, though. Maybe I should take that off. Okay. And then the third one is going to be the side between blue and red. So this one. And this side between, I'm looking at matching my angles to find the ones I'm talking about. Okay, and so this one's going to be 3/5. So this is, in fact, the one that doesn't match. The other two match. So we have triangle, and we want to do them in the same order. A, B, C, and triangle, H, G, I. Remember, we do correspondings, and we try to put the letters in the same order. All right, side angle, side. Two angles. Nope, two sides. Because what do we have two of? Sides. Two sides of one triangle are proportional to two sides of another triangle, and they're, I forgot what you call that angle, included angle? Let's put that, I don't know if that's right, but if they're included angle, which is the angle between them, right? Are congruent, then the triangles are similar. Okay, so when you look at this first one, you know that this is the same as itself. So angle A is congruent to angle A. So I know I have that part. And then I'm looking at this compared to this, and this compared to this. So I'm going to put 3/5 should be proportional to 5/9. Which looks like no to me. Okay, just gonna go with no. All right, this next one, here we have vertical angles. So we know that the angles are the same. So we're gonna do, the sides are gonna be 3/9 and 5/15. So is 3/9 equal to 5/15? Yes, in fact it is. So many ways we could figure that out. One way would be to go like this. You remember this? 45, 15 times 3 is 45. If those are the same, then they're proportional. The fraction simplifies. All right, and then the next one, they give us our angles that are congruent, but I'll just tell you right now, it is not included in the sides. I really need this angle, but I don't know anything about it. So first of all, it doesn't meet side angle side because it's not in there, so we're going to say no. Let's see, what can we say? Angle Q and angle W not included angle. I'm going to have to go back and change this because I did it wrong. You just watch, but you'll never know because then I'll throw this one out. Okay, last problem. Okay, so they tell us similar. And remember, if we just have the squiggle line without the equal sign, it just means similar. So angle A is 50, angle A is 87, AED is 41, so that means this one is also 41. So the measure of angle D, so angle B equals angle D, and it's going to be 87 plus 41 is 128. 180 minus 128 is 52. So the measure of angle B equals 52 degrees. Okay. Then the next problem is, I'll use blue, I guess. If A to D is 8 and A to B is 12, so this one's 4. A to E is 14. We're going to look for A to C, the whole thing. So 8 over 12 equals 14 over x. Okay, I'm tired of multiplying big numbers and I don't have my calculator. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 4, and I get 2 over 3. So really what my fraction is 14 over x is equal to 2 over 3. Oh, that makes so much more easier. 2x equals 42, x equals 21. And that makes sense. All right. AD, so I'm going to erase those basically, because now I'm going to have new numbers. So I'll just erase the number parts. I'll leave the angle part. Okay, so here's this new triangle. AD is 10, and BD is 5. Oh, DE is 12. We're looking for this one. So I have to remember that this is 15. So I have 10 over 12 equals 15 over x. X equals, well, 10 times 15 is 150, 60, 70, 80. Yeah. Okay. Phew. Thanks for bearing.